So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Medicom toy, MAFEX, the Dark Knight Trilogy, Bane. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get a basic style box when it comes to MAFEX. So we do get the order right there in the front of the box. On the top says the Dark Knight Trilogy, MAFEX number 52. We do get a cool image of Bane on the top right. Then on the bottom here, we do get a cool image of the Bane figure. Then on the bottom says Bane action figure, Medicom toy, and DC. And then the bottom of the box here does have the barcode and blah 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 stuff nobody cares about. And then here is the top of the box with another nice image of the Bane figure there. And then here is the one side of it, same thing as the top, as you can see there. And then the other side of the box does have another badass image of the Bane figure. And then the back of it does show a bunch of cool poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open to take a closer look at the guy who mentally and physically broke the Batman. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and I think MAFEX killed it with this Bane, and I think this is definitely my favorite MAFEX figure that has been made to date. They really did a fantastic job with this figure. The head sculpt, I think, turned out awesome. Very nice sculpt and paint all throughout it, especially on the mask. I like the way the eyes look. Nice clean paint on the eyebrows and the eyes. And then they added like a kind of like a shading on the head. It looks kind of weird, but it looks alright too, you know what I mean? And there's some veins on his head as well, which looks pretty cool. The mask, definitely one of my favorite parts about the figure. Paint's pretty clean on it. Very nice tiny sculpt detail all throughout it. It's a really awesome job with that. And then there's the side of it looking pretty cool. And the back and the top of it. And one thing I really like that they did put Bane's scar on his spine right there, and that looks really cool. So very good tiny sculpt detail on that right there. And out of the packaging, he does come with his coat on, but I figured I'd show you with the bare arms so I could show you guys the detail on the vest here. And the vest, another one of my favorite parts about the figure. I just love the paintwork all throughout it. The sculpt turned out really good, and I like this like gunmetal grayish type color on the vest. I think that turned out pretty cool. All the straps look dope. We got like a wash in the straps as well, and it turned out really nice. Some buckles up around the shoulders there looking pretty cool. Just beautiful tiny sculpt detail all throughout this figure here, man. And then around the waist there, we do get like some belts and buckles, which look really cool. You can see like the stitching painted and sculpted on there. Very nice like coloration all throughout this Bane figure as well. And then moving to the back, very nice tiny sculpt detail on these strings. We get a black wash mixed in it as well. Beautiful paintwork on this figure actually, and the sculpt just really amazing job with it. And then there's the back of the belt piece, which looks pretty cool. You can see the stitching on there as well. I do like how those buttons are sculpted and painted on there also. So excellent job all throughout the torso on this Bane. One thing some people might not like when he does have the bare arms on, they might not like the look of the gap around the shoulders there. I don't really mind it too much, but I know stuff like that can irritate some people. And then the arms, we do get some nice shading all throughout it. The elbow joint is a little bit brighter compared to the rest of the arm, as you can see there, but nice sculpt and paint shading all throughout the arms. And I do feel like some of his hands are a little too small. Then on his right forearm and hand, we do get his glove there, which looks dope. Very nice sculpt and paintwork on the like buckles and straps right there, so pretty cool looking. Now for the cargo type pants here, very nice sculpt and paint all throughout it. You can see his belt up on the top right there, and very nice tiny sculpt detail on the loops, on the buckle and everything, so really great job on that. We get some nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout the pants. We do get some shading on the pants as well. The cargo pockets look pretty cool. Nice sculpt and paint on those. We have like a zipper over here. Very nice, you can see the tab and everything. Very nice tiny sculpt and paint detail on that. Some stitching over on this side, on the inside of the leg and the outside of the leg. And then the back here, we do get some more shading and nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout the back of the pants. Another set of pockets as well. The knee joints look pretty good. And the lower legs, we do get like these knee pad type pieces, and the knee joints look really good, so they did a good job with those. But you can see like the stitching all on the outline of it, and it looks really nice. And then I like the way the pants look tucked into the boot, how they're all like bunched up and stuff. And we do get some nice shading all throughout the pants as well, and that is like a darker brown on the lower part of the pants compared to the rest of the leg. I never noticed that in the movie, but beautiful sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. Then we do get his boots here. And very nice sculpt and paint. Once again, the laces turned out really good. The buckles and straps and everything look dope. You can see these seams sculpted on there and everything. So really, really excellent job by MAFEX on this figure. The bottom of him, not much going on. So overall, I think the detail is definitely hands down the best part to this Bane. MAFEX really did knock it out of the park with this figure. And like I said before, this is definitely my favorite MAFEX figure that has been made in this line as of right now. And I can't be any more happy with how the Bane sculpt turned out. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a bunch of really dope stuff included with this Bane. So we do get a MAFEX stand, of course. We have the base, the arm, and the clamp there, and you guys know how those work by now, so we do get that. Then we do get two different damaged Batman masks. So we do get the one that has most of his mask on, which I believe this is the first time when he ripped it off. And then this is when he like ripped it in half, where we have the one that's pretty much half gone. But they did a good job with them. They are a softer rubbery type plastic. You can have Bane hold them as well, but they did a good job with them on the sculpt and everything, and they look pretty cool. So I do like how they included both of them and not just one of them. So we do get those, and then we also get two sets of interchangeable arms, and then we do get his coat. So we do get the bare arms here, which I did show you guys before, and like I said, they did do a good job with them, and they're very easy to interchange. All you do is just put the ball peg right into his armpit there, and then there you go, as simple as that. When you want to take it off, just pull and it'll pop right off. So they're very easy to interchange, and I love the idea of them including interchangeable arms with their figures. That is really smart on MAFEX's behalf. Then we do get his coat with the sleeved arms here, and the way you get this on is really easy. Of course, you have to have his arms off and then just slide it over Bane like so, and then that is the right arm. You just pop that one in, and that didn't go in. There we go, there's that one. Then pop the left arm on. Come on there, you damn arm. There we go. And then there you go, you have Bane with his coat on. And like I said, they just give you more display options having these alternate arms, and they did a beautiful job with the coat and on the sleeves and everything. And where the fur part is, it actually looks like real fur. We get some very nice sculpt and paintwork on the fur around the collar and everything. So awesome job with that. Nice clean paint where that beige meets the brown as well. Then we do get the loops for the buttons on the coat right there, which look pretty cool. They're sculpted on there. And we do get some very nice shading all throughout the coat. We do get a pocket on each side as well, and they did sculpt and paint the buttons on the pocket and on the other side of the coat also. And there's the back, very nice sculpted wrinkles around the lower back there. We do get some like seams sculpted in there and everything, and very nice shading all throughout it as well. And the sleeves turned out really good too. We do get the shading, beautiful sculpted wrinkles all throughout it. Then around the wrist, we do get a couple buttons and a strap right there. Very nice sculpt and paintwork on the coat here. So very smart idea by MAFEX to include the bare arms, and then we do get the coat with the sleeved arms. So we do get those, and then we finally get 8 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the bare arms out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt and paint detail all throughout these, especially the right hand that has the gloves on it. I like the way that buckle and strap looks. Just really great job on that, and there is shading on the brown as well. You can see the fingernail sculpted on there, and nice sculpt work on the fingers also. And the fists and the open hands are the easiest ones to interchange, but once again, we do have the issue with the hands that do not come on the figure, like the gripping hands and then the clenching finger hands. The peg hole is a little too tight of a fit for the wrist peg, and this has been constant with MAFEX. It's not as bad as previous figures, but it is still scary putting on the hands that don't come on any of the arms, so that does kind of suck. But the fists and the open hands are very easy to interchange. So we do get a pair of fists, then we do get a pair of open hands which come on the figure out of the packaging, which is the sleeved arms. And once again, beautiful sculpt and paintwork all throughout it. You can see the fingernail sculpted on there. The glove part looks pretty cool too, so really great job on these hands here. So we do get those. And then we also get some gripping hands, which are meant for him to grip onto the Batman mask, or if you have like some weapon you want him to grip onto, you could have him grip onto that as well. But very nice sculpt and paint detail all throughout these hands. And then finally, we get the clenched finger hands. And once again, great job with the sculpt and paint. And another issue I do have, I feel like his hands are a little too small for the figure, especially these hands and the fists. They just look like how the MAFEX Batman vs Superman hands looked on that figure. That's how it looks on this Bane, which is an issue I do have with the figure. But that is all the accessories included with this Bane. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the reviews, shall we? We shall, goddammit. Now for the height of Mr. Bane here, to the very top of his head, it looks like he stands a little bit over 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts, the Dark Knight Batman, the Dark Knight Joker, the MAFEX 2.0 Joker, and my custom Storm Collectibles Bane. And then here he is compared to the MAFEX Suicide Squad Joker, the SH Figure Arts Harley Quinn, the SH Figure Arts Deadshot, and the Mezco 112 Deathstroke. And then here he is compared to the SH Figure Arts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, we do get some very nice movement with this Bane. So we do have 2 points at the neck, the upper neck joint. You could get Bane to look up about that much, which is pretty good. And going down, he does look down decently. And then we do get some very nice pivot at the upper neck there. And then of course it does swivel. The lower neck joint does go forward a really good amount, and then same with going back. So with both joints, he can look directly down, and both joints he can pretty much look all the way up. And then we do get some very nice pivot at the lower neck, and then of course it does swivel. So great movement at both the neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso around the abdomen here, right under his vest, and then we do get one at the waist. And I believe the torso joint is a barbell type joint because you can shift it forward and back and side to side, so you do get some pretty good movement combining both of those joints, which I'm going to show you both points of articulation at the same time. So with both joints, Bane can crunch forward a pretty good amount, and then going back, he does go back a lot better, as you can see, than going side to side with the pivot. Very nice pivot with both joints there. And then of course they both swivel. So once again, excellent movement now at the torso and the waist. Now for the arms, I'm going to show you the bare arm articulation first, and then the coat arm articulation. We do have a very nice shoulder joint here, so you can get the arm in a circular motion, which is a point of articulation I do like very much. And then the arms do go out to the sides pretty much 90 degrees. They do go up and down. We do have the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that pretty much bend in almost all the way. And then we do have a ball hinge on the wrist, so it does swivel and then hinges back and forth. Now with the coat on, now at the shoulder joint here, we do get that circular motion once again, but it does get hindered just a tiny bit by the coat. Not that much though, as you can see. Then the arms do go out to the sides a lot more than 90 degrees actually, so that's definitely good. They do go up and down, no bicep swivel, so you will have to use it at the shoulder joint. And then we do have double jointed elbows that bend in a little more than 90 degrees. And then next for the legs here, we do get the shifting drop down leg joints, so they can shift down a tiny bit. As you can see, in the crotch piece is a softer rubbery type plastic, so it won't hinder too much leg articulation. So Bane can kick forward pretty much 90 degrees, which is good. Goes to the back just a tiny bit, and then let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it. And he can't, but his legs do go out to the sides pretty damn good, a little more than 45 degrees. And then we do get the upper thigh swivel there. We do have double jointed knees that bend back pretty much all the way. You do see a little bit of a gap on the lower part of the knee joint right there. Now for the ankles here, they do swivel. They hinge up a tiny bit, and then same with hinging down. And then we just get a little bit of ankle pivot. Not the best. I wish we got a little more movement with the pivot there. And then we do get a nice toe hinge. So overall, I think we get some really nice articulation with this Bane. I do wish the ankle movement was a little bit better, but other than that, you pretty much can get this figure in just about any type of Bane pose you would like. And I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But But anyway, that is my review of the MAFEX The Dark Knight Rises Bane. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it a 9.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from Ami, but I did see that my buddy from Agelessgeeks did get this in stock. He probably will not have it on the website, but if you do join that Agelessgeeks Facebook group, which is in the description, you will most likely be able to get it from him through there. And if you ever do buy something from Agelessgeeks, don't forget to enter in codename Daredevil, and you will get yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get a basic style box when it comes to MAFEX. So we do get it right there. Let's get this figure open. Let's get this figure open. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at the only guy who mentally. Damn it! Let's get this figure open. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at the. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at the guy who mentally and physically, damn it. Now for the height of Mr. Bane. He does look down decently. Messed up. Damn it! Damn ye! The SH Figure Arts Deadshot and the Damn it. The Dark Knight Joker, the MAFEX 2.2 Joker. I don't know what I just did there.